there, I was at the fireworks celebration on July 3rd, and there was a moment there where everyone looked up to the sky with a peace sign. It was really a coming together of the tribes. Joe,
yes.
Could we have a song today before?
We absolutely have a song. Yes. Do you have anything in mind?
Grand Old Flag.
Everybody knows the words.
Of course.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag.
Here, here, here. Thank you. Let's only greet one another.
Greet, good morning.
Greet.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you again, Jim. Wow, Jim. That's
All right, folks, we're still waiting for our food. But I would like, early on, Terry, do we have Sean here? Not yet? Sorry? So we'll come back to that. Okay, thought du jour, Mark Olson. Could we have a mic for Mark Olson?
We have a Mark Olson. Yes, we do.
Okay, this is by Thomas Paine. Reason obeys itself, and ignorance submits to whatever is dictated.
Which chair do you sit in?
Indeed. We want to thank our greeters, Lori Darling and Terry Kelly. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Our mic team, Al Lustig and Bruce Geezer. Hey, rock and roll. Okay. Visiting Rotarians. Lori, do we have any visiting Rotarians?
We have Jennifer Strong from Lakeport. She is a financial planner. Oh, she's going to say hi.
And do we have any guests? Welcome guests.
Hold it.
PJ.
Yes, I have a guest. I've got a guest who's returning for a number of times now, and Michael Eschenbach. And since Adrian is standing next to me, is that correct, Adrian? This is Adrian who has returned again.
I have a very, very special guest. My better half, Cheryl. And I have a microphone here.
So I have a guest in the back over there, Chris Brocate.
Hey, Chris.
President Mann, if I could,
Indeed.
I have one piece of unfinished business.
And if I could, I'd like to introduce my guest.
Whoa-ho!
Thank you, ex-President Bill.
Whoa-ho!
Short pants, no tie.
You got it.
I'd like to introduce my guest, first-time visitor, Gino Scarini. And he's here, local Sebastopolian, checking us out.
All right, Gino.
Now? Okay. At my debunking, there were several folks that had plaques coming that weren't there to receive them. Bob Keyser, for all of the good work that he's done for several years now with youth service. Thank you, Bob.
So maybe folks want to sit down too. Are we ready to go?
And doing an outstanding job for us as Secretary, Michael Phelps.
Michael. Hey, Okay, folks, let's start moving to the line.
All right, visitors and visiting Rotarians first. Visitors and visitors.
She's worse than me.
Everybody hold back here.
Paul is always a visitor.
And one last one. Rod McCauley. Rod for your service.
Sarah, come on.
Guests up front, please.
Come on, guests.
Oh, Jim, up front, please. You're kind of visiting too.
Yeah, come on. Visitors.
He's here every once in a while, you know.
Oh, no. Now, where's Paul?
Oh, she's halfway
How did you get up there?
She's fallen.
Oh, you know what it is? She's, I'm next you said you're going to. Oh, no.
Yeah. No, but I'll remember that.
Oh, you know, we got Terry.
Boy, it's like holding back the horse.
So while everyone's in line, I fast forward to my announcement screen. On Thursday or tomorrow, we've got our Crush movie night. Next Wednesday, we will have a club assembly, and I want you folks to think about committees and what your interests are and passions and how you might bring them to the club. July 26th is our SCARP meeting, and I think Lori is sort of the point person on that. And that's always a wonderful time at John's Vineyard. September 14th, 15th is the Rotary Institute for Leadership for clowns like me and perhaps other victims. That's in Santa Rosa. And October 13th is our Sebastopol Craft Brew Bash. Okay, I'm going to reel back. And does anyone else have any announcements they would like to make at this point if you are ready without food in your mouth? Go ahead. It's a little bit of a disjointed meeting, but that's all right. So I do have thanks that I want to extend. Pam Davis sent me an email the other day and wished that she could be here, but wanted me to extend thanks to all of you that made the Paella party a success. This is something that was an auction item of a couple of years ago and was hanging out there, and you guys really pulled together and did what we do so well as this club, put on a bash. Our Pam Davis organization, Paula Page, the location, I guess it was at the Gravenstein Grill, Paula?
Yep.
Yes.
And Patrick Lirity, cheese from the Bohemian Creamery, was it, Patrick? And Bill Sauber, cheese, bread, olives, John Boletto, wine, Barbara Barney, financial, Jane Hinsey is always the most delicious treats, cookies and so forth, unbelievable stuff, and the Gravenstein Grill. So there you have that. Rotary, thanks for the memories. This is a picture actually from my pool party. You guys really missed that.
That's been 365 days.
Okay, so I got a real. Do we have Sean? We don't have Sean yet. Can we, is it too soon yet to do the new member induction, Gail? Can we do that? We're sort of, John and Gail and Brian, and I don't know who else we need, but I'm so pleased to be able to present this to you. John is a wonderful addition to our club. Thank you, John. Thank you, Gail.
Well, I've been making money for them.
Have you been in it?
It is our pleasure to have our new member, John Lewis, having completed his full program, and he is fully in, distilled? No. Fermented. Fully fermented. I'm sorry. Slight slip there. John has completed all of his tasks. He's attended all of the requisite meetings. And so Brian, who has been his mentor, would you like to say a few words about your experience with John?
It's just been wonderful supporting him, and he's done a great job of following up on all the right things and just getting to know him and some of his challenges. No, I'm talking about going to Southern California and back and being away from the family and still being here every Wednesday morning. It's another challenge, but really it's been great to know him and look forward to more years in the club.
You're here.
So with no further to do, I will remove this ribbon.
Yay! Welcome, John. Thank you so much.
I guess I'm supposed to return the mic, but I was telling Matt that it's a year ago today that I came to my first meeting, and since it's the, what you call it, the
Mess up meeting.
The mess up
I'm
meeting.
waiting for that one.
And I came back anyway, so thank you all.
Thank you. Well, let's see. We're missing some things here. I know I'm going back in time because we've missed some things here. Okay, my little segment, you be the judge. So this is a recent U.S. Supreme Court case of 2018. Yeah, don't bring the Supreme Court up, but it's kind of funny because it involved a party. 21 people in a party house had been invited by Peaches. Peaches had invited them to this party. There was lap dancing, disarray, a naked woman upstairs with a beer thing, no, a beer mattress and other things, and inconsistent stories. Peaches wasn't there, and people said it was a bachelor party, but no one can identify the bachelor. And so the Supreme Court, this came up in a weird sort of way. It was from the District of Columbia, which is its own little federal enclave, including Washington, D.C. And the line of appeal is direct from the District Court to the Court of Appeal in D.C., directly to the Supreme Court. So it's kind of a strange thing. So the Supreme Court reviewed this, and the lower courts had said there's no probable cause based on this. All these people appear to have been invited by Peaches, even though Peaches wasn't there. They had Peaches on the phone. And the Supreme Court overturned the lower courts and said, oh, yes, indeed, there was probable cause for unlawful entry for arresting all of these 21 people who had brought civil rights action under 42 U.S.C. 1983. So you be the judge. This is what the Supreme Court has told us. So birthdays and anniversaries, relax, I'm just here for the cake. I think some of these may already have happened. Michael, would you like to say a word for your birthday on July 4th? What a nice day to have a birthday.
Yes, I always felt proud coming up that I never worked on my birthday. And I love it that there's a big party.
Yeah, they're holding a big party for you every year.
That's right.
I figure it out.
Well, this time we went to the Green Center. I was there, so we took in the show. It was great.
Who was at the Green Center? Well, that was the July 4th gathering? Or?
Yes, so there was a symphony there, and the Transcendence whatnots were there, and there was a fabulous fireworks display. So
Oh.
they outdid themselves this year.
Yeah, I mean, the fireworks display at Annalee High was again over the top. July 9th, Jim Bertero not here. Hopefully we'll see him again. He's still on the rosters, isn't he, Barb at all?
Yes.
He's still on the rosters. Thank you, Kathy. Darlene, July 4th is your Rotary anniversary. I don't know whether they got you up to talk a little bit about that. Not right? Oh my God, we'll have to change the whatchamacallit. July 4th, do I get this right? Lori Darling, wedding anniversary?
Yeah, we went over that last time too.
Okay, thank you. Jim Gilliam, July 16th, did they get this right? Do we have this right, Jim?
It's after my anniversary. It's my wedding anniversary.
Wedding anniversary, that's right.
Well, that's what it says up there.
You guys do, you plan, have any plans?
Yeah, we have best of Broadway tickets. I'm going to see School of Rock next Wednesday.
Is that out at the Jack London State Park?
No, it's in San Francisco.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
New York.
Broadway. What happens out at Jack London? I'm getting
That's
these mixed.
Transcendent. Yeah, Transcendent.
What's the troop out there?
Transcendent.
Transcendent.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've been married 53 years.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Jim. So,
Kathy must have been 15.
She was.
Terry, can you say a few things about our fundraiser? This is a general announcement session.
General announcement. Yes, the Sebastopol Brew Bash is October 13th, 2018. We're in the acquiring brewery stage, and Bill tells me he has one or two lined up. We have one caterer lined up already. So the word's going to get out to you all real soon. We need help, people making calls, recruiting breweries to come do this. So if you have a favorite, let us know. If you have someone you know, let us know, please. And then after that in March, and we're still trying to tie the date down, is the Rants of Spring. And it's going to be chaired by Mike Cook. And that's it for now.
Very good. And I want all of you, I know there were other ideas that fermented out of PJ's able stewardship of the fundraising committee, and I want you to continue to think about other ideas for fundraising and bring them to Terry and the fundraising committee, and we'll get things done. Rotary things. Can we do, Terry, do you think Sean is going to show up, or do we have Sean?
Yeah, I believe he's on his way, but he's not here now.
Okay.
Oh, he's here. He's here,
Oh, yes.
apparently. Snuck in on me. Well, yeah, so yes, we can.
Okay. So,
Well done.
without further ado, I guess, Rod, you want to come up?
Terry?
Rod?
Terry. Terry.
This is for the Paul Harris Fellows. Kelly, Hair, and Feast. That's very fancy. That's a fancy way of saying Kelly, Dad, and Son. Just a little bit off center there, but Rod, take it away.
Well, it's always a pleasure and an honor to be doing a Paul Harris recognition. And we have two special ones today for the Kelly clan. And I would like to invite Jennifer Strong, our guest speaker, to come up and help with this presentation.
Well, he really doesn't know why he's here, so.
He doesn't know.
No, he has no idea, so.
Well,
So Jennifer's fine, we have to listen to Jennifer.
yeah.
We listen to you a lot.
Maybe we should let Sean know what this is all about.
So, the Rotary Foundation is one of the top rated foundations in the world, and it has a recognition called the Paul Harris Fellow, and it's a very special acknowledgement, a very special group that you are now going to be inducted into as being a part of. And what a Paul Harris Fellow, say that 5 times fast, represents is a significant donation to the Rotary Foundation in your name and on your behalf. So you will forever be in the rolls of the Rotary Foundation as a Paul Harris Fellow, and you're joining hundreds of thousands of other individuals, Rotarians and not, from around the world that are now part of this very special group. The money that goes into the foundation, the Rotary Foundation, is used not only internationally to support the good work of the Rotary Foundation, projects that are being performed around the world, but also locally. And a lot of people don't realize this, that the money that is donated to the Rotary Foundation, actually some of that does come back to support local projects. And it is a very important thing that all Rotarians support, and it's a very special acknowledgement. This is your dad, right? This is a very special acknowledgement that your dad is doing by inducting you into the Paul Harris, as a Paul Harris Fellow. So congratulations on that, and congratulations to your dad as well for that very significant donation in your name.
Just as a brief aside, Sean is opening a new restaurant.
2 weeks ago.
Don't mind. 2 weeks ago in Santa Rosa. Right here.
Give us the name.
It's Gerard's Paella and Tapas down in Santa Rosa, 4th Street and E Street, right downtown. It's been a world.
So if you need a place to eat, head for Gerard's. Okay, we've done the commercial. Well, this is your certificate, and you can, don't hang it in the kitchen at the restaurant, but you can hang
Put it in the lobby.
And then,
So this is your certificate, you want to frame it, put it up proudly.
Paul Harris pin.
Pretty much wear this anywhere in the world and return exactly what that is.
It's already here.
Now this isn't the end of this.
Did I get it right? Yeah.
Yeah. Terry is getting his Paul Harris +3. It's got 3 sapphires on it. So his sustained support.
2 of those came magically after most of the kids left the house. So really quickly, Sean has been part of our holiday dinner since the beginning. My kids got drug out to a lot, whatever nonprofit agency I was working for, a lot, and were instilled with this concept of spirit and service right away. And so he has, with the exception of maybe one when you're in Peru, been to the holiday dinner in the kitchen, kind of spelling Larry and keeping that going. And so, as has his brother, they've been there every year, believe in what we're doing, and they're happy to volunteer. So we appreciate it. Thank you for making it today. Congratulations. Now he has to open the restaurant.
Go to work.
So, Sean, think about our club. Sean is the future.
I'm ready. I'm almost there.
By the way, so very briefly, the Paul Harris, everyone here I'm sure is aware of what the Paul Harris Foundation does and what Rotary International does. But you were kind enough to send me to the Toronto conference, international conference of Rotary International. I saw some of my club members there, including Michael and others. And you really get a sense for the breadth of Rotary's endeavors around the world and their success and the amazing things that Rotary does around the world. And I sent you all a long, boring report about it, my experience there at the convention, and I will make a presentation when I have a little bit more time about what I saw and what I heard and what I learned there. But bottom line is the Paul Harris Foundation, the Rotary International Foundation, do incredible things, and it's a very worthy place to park your money. So thank you, Terry and Sean, very much. By the way, Sean was catered my 60th birthday party, and it's just a fabulous cook. So please support him in his future endeavors. So we're gonna get done a little bit early, but before we do, I want to ask, number one, whether there are any other announcements or things that people might like to bring to the club's attention. I would like to thank Wayne. Wayne, could you stand up for just a moment? So Wayne has agreed to step in as the chair of the vocational committee, which I think is very important moving forward in this club, to bring younger people in and to weave into the fabric of this club all of the wonderful things that we do professionally. It's part of the strength of Rotary vocation, and I think Wayne is committed to that, and he's had experience doing that, so he will step in both as a board member and as the chair of that committee. Thank you very much, Wayne, for doing that. Spirit, right? We all step forward like a team, you know, where one is unable to proceed for, you know, because of injury or other things that they need to do in their life. Others step forward. Finally, I found something at my soiree, my fete. Rumor has it belongs to Nancy. Oh, 50 bucks? It just came to me. What do you think, folks?
Don't claim it.
Don't claim it? How about $5? All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. So it's one of the things that I do. I'm not going to go into the full-fledged penalty sort of phase of what I do, but I have mixed feelings about that. So the next thing we are going to do is to bring up our speaker. And to introduce our speaker, I would like to have Bruce come up and tell us a little bit about